after a challenging time, is the biotechnology and healthcare sector coming back? And we're going to start off with you, Brett.
Thank you, Annabel. Yes, I think when you look back at 2023, this was the worst year for relative performance of the healthcare index versus, the broader world global equity market. So, when we look back at the sort of the drives of that, we feel that they're very unfair and unwarranted. And as such, we think that this sector is definitely due a catch up. And in particular, the smaller and mid cap end has been very much left behind by the recent market moves. So we're more focused on that particular part of it.
Thank you, Brett. How about you, Geoff? Do you think it's due a comeback right now?
So we absolutely believe that biotech is due for a recovery. We did see a significant drawdown, especially in small and mid-cap biotech starting in 2021. And that was really driven by the increase in interest rates we've seen in the United States over the past few years as the Fed has raised interest rates to combat inflation in the United States. Fortunately, those interest rate headwinds appear to be abating. So the Fed has telegraphed that it is done raising interest rates at the current cycle. And they actually expect rate cuts to materialize by the end of this year. And that will, of course, be a tailwind for the sector. But that drawdown that we saw over the past 2 to 3 years really drove absolute valuations for the sector to unprecedented lows, with a lot of companies actually trading at market caps below the net cash on their balance sheet. So we think the sector is definitely overdue for a recovery, and we have seen some strong performance since last fall.
Well, that is encouraging. Marek, what do you think? Do you agree? Is it due for a comeback?
Yeah, I totally agree. And if you look at valuations, fundamentally, they're at all-time lows depending on which metrics you look at. And cash, a lot of companies were valued below cash just a couple of months ago. Fundamental, this is a high growth sector, and we are at the same levels basically as we were 5 years ago. And we have gone through 3 years of consolidation in the sector. The productivity has improved, and a lot of companies have been focusing more and more on their key products. So yes, I believe the sector is due for a recovery.